In this old guy DIY video, I will show you how to make my family's super secret crock pot mac and cheese. And when I say family super secret, I mean we found it on Google. So everything that you see in front of us is what will be used. And then I'll link to the actual recipe with the fine counts and everything like that. I'm just going to chuck all this in there and see what happens. I don't measure a whole bunch of stuff. So I'll use an entire bag of sharp cheddar, entire bag of Colby Jack. We'll use 6 tablespoons of butter. 2 cans of cheddar cheese soup from Campbell's. It's about 8 cups of elbow macaroni. We'll just, do a little fine sprinkling of paprika and pepper, and then 2 cartons of half and half. So the first thing to do is we pour in both cartons of half and half. And then after that, we're going to add the cream of cheese soup and then mix it in. Next, we've got the Campbell's cheddar cheese soup, 2 of these. If you look at it, it looks pretty disgusting, but it is really good. And I'll have to use a spoon, pull it out into there, and then we'll stir it up. Once you dump the cheese sauce in here, you'll see it's pretty congealed. So you just want to spend a little bit of time mixing that up until the cheese isn't so lumpy. Once it's mixed well, then we'll move on to the noodles and other things. At this point, we made it so that the cheese isn't so congealed. We're now going to add paprika and pepper. And at this point, some people might like to take some measurements. I just like to give it a little tippy tap until we get what we think is good. So that's usually pretty good for paprika. And then we add in some pepper as well. You can also season it later during the process. I like to just do it before I put the cheese and noodles in there and mix it up again. Now that we've stirred in the spices that we're going to use, we'll go ahead and dump in all of the macaroni. With all of the macaroni in there, I like to add the butter, and then the last step will be to add the cheese. 6 tablespoons of butter. I'm just going to slice this up nice and small so that it's easier for it to cook in. Just want to disperse that butter so it's not all sitting in one spot. And all that's left to do is pour both bags of cheese in there, mix it up a little bit, and then hit it with high for 3 hours. 2 big old bags of cheese. We're just going to move it around and try to get everything to sit under the liquid mixture, and then we'll be ready to cook. There we go. Now I put the lid on, put it on high for 3 hours, and we'll be ready to eat. 3 hours later, and this is what we're working with. Looks pretty good. Hope you guys find this video helpful and get out there and try some mac and cheese.